top down.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim and Mr. Fred. We're in Mr. Fred's 1999 Mazda Miata convertible that he bought. And I'm over here in Sarasota. We're backing out of his garage. We're going to take it for a little spin. So we'll do a walk around on it when we get back. Before we pull it back in the garage, I'll show it to you. He got a really good deal on it. He owns a Mazda, was it a Mazda?
Mazda 3.
Mazda 3, a brand new car. And so he's a Mazda guy. And this thing runs perfect. We're going to take a little spin. And how many miles were on it?
129, one something.
Which is, not many for a 1999.
No.
The lights over there. Sure.
There we go. 129, 150, 162.
Okay.
129, 162.
So we're going to turn the camera around. We'll show you where we're driving over here. As you can see, this is very tight quarters.
Hit that garage.
These are, which one
I'll
is
get
it?
it.
These are very little cars. It's a little chilly right now today. It's probably 59 or 60 right now, so a little too chilly to put our top down. But we're going to take a little ride and try it out. So let me turn the camera around. We'll show you where we're at here. Oh, there's the Crusher. And this is where I used to live, right down there. All these buildings always the same. I'll probably walk around the lake that's in the middle of the property when we get back. We're going to take a walk, and I'll give you guys a little video. It's a beautiful little pond in the middle. Have a little water fountain, a couple of water fountains. But this is where I met Mr. Fred and his wife Raffaela here in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. And it's a really nice place. Over here is the clubhouse and the pool. It's a beautiful, big pool.
Yeah, well,
there's the lake right over there. All right, show everybody. What's the place is called? The Village, right?
Village at Town Park.
The Village at Town Park. So there were apartments back in the day, built in '01, and then when the crash happened, the place was kind of empty, and then they sold them and turned them into condos. And they've got these standalone garages right here, like Fred has one, but some of the units actually have a garage, right in the unit. And they are not townhouses. These are only upstairs or downstairs condos. But most people, like over here, they don't have a garage in the unit. It's just a few units that have that. And there's 1 bedroom all the way to 3 bedroom. It's a big circle here.
2 entrances.
Yeah, 2 entrances, and the road that we're on is a dead end. It goes to another little condo complex up the road. So it's really quiet. The I-75 is just over here a little ways. Oh, so they've finally done something with the trash, built a fence around it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a lot of people were coming here and leaving. Now, what do you got to pay? You got to do something to go in every time?
No, you can.
It's open?
It's open. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So see, here's a garage, a couple of garages attached to the unit. So when I lived here, I lived in this building right here, the same one Fred lives in, and I parked right there, and I lived on the lakeside with the water view. And then on the other side of the building here, as you can see, people have doors to go in, but their view is the parking lot. There's the Crusher again. So we just made a big circle. But in the middle, there's a huge lake. I'll show you when we get back. And there's units on the other side of these buildings. And they have the beautiful lake view. And when you sit out there on your lanai, everybody's got a little screened in lanai. And mine was a 1 bedroom, same as Fred's, 750 square feet. But it was all you needed. They were really nice. I recognize this guy's truck. He's been here for years. So we're gonna get out here and go on the road for a little skippity-doo-dah. Skippity-doo-dah. And the mail center is right there. That's where you would come and check your mail. And there's the pool, clubhouse over there. Can't see the pool.
I'm having trouble getting these sneakers on top of this.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get back to you when we get back and we'll do a walk around. All right, so that was a lot of fun. Let me just show you this. It's like an emerald green, and let me tell you, the car pulls. The clear coat is bad, but that's just a paint job. It's got 5,000 miles a year, over 24 years is all this car has been driven. If you look at the body, there's not a door ding. Well, there's one little spot right here, but otherwise, it's just a clear coat that went bad. This thing pulls, man. You won't believe how strong it runs. It really does. It's like brand new. And I would be embarrassed to tell you what he gave for it. He got a great deal, and he could double his money. So it's a little toy for Fred. Fred, appreciate the ride on it. We're gonna take a walk around he's gonna put it in the garage. We're gonna take a walk around the lake here and I'll show you the complex. But man, I wouldn't mind having something like that. That's a fun little car. Even the top's in good shape. All right, everybody, this is the lake, and we're gonna walk right past Fred's place here, Fred and Raffaela, and I'll show you where I lived. This is the beautiful lake. There's a water fountain down there. This one's always had a problem. I see it's not working again.
Yeah, we gotta fix it.
And but anyway, let's walk around. Right here is Fred and Raffaela's place, and they have the exact same unit I had, and I butted right up to them right here, and someone's in there, so I won't video too much, but that's the unit I had, and this is the end of the building. And I knew, we knew pretty much everybody in this building, and I guess some people have moved out now. Then you would just walk through here right out to the parking lot, and that's where I parked back there. But if you live on the inside like we did here, this is your view. And when that water fountain is working, you can hear it splashing down on the lake, and it's a very calming sound. You sit out on your lanai, especially this time of the year where it's nice and cool, and just enjoy the view. Beautiful sunsets here. The beach is that way. Siesta Key Beach is not far from here. Sarasota is a wonderful place. There are alligators in our lake here. There certainly is. Not many, you don't see them often, but they run from lake to lake. They go through these little gutters or whatever they have that connect to all these water things around here. And the landscapers do a nice job. A lot of landscaping to do in here. Right now, I guess things are slowing down as far as growth for the winter. But when you have someone come over, you always have to tell them when they park out on the street here to come between the buildings, and there's units on the other side. See, people when they park out there, they think when they see those doors out there that that's the whole, it goes all the way through, but no, you have them on both sides. So I think it's 3/10 of a mile, I forget what it was, to walk around this lake. And so you can walk around it several times to get you some laps in, some steps. But what I would do is I would actually leave the little complex here and go out on that main road and walk down to the Publix, which is 1 mile and back, and there's your 2 mile walk. I think it was like 1.5 miles to get your 3 miles in. It's getting chilly out here. This is great because, see, Sarasota on the west coast from Palm Beach County is not directly across. It's actually straight across and then north of Palm Beach County about 40 miles. And it's just far enough north latitude that the climate is always about 8 to 10 degrees, at least 8, different than Palm Beach County. So it would be 60 here and 68 there. And that 8 degrees makes a huge difference in the wintertime. And so, yeah, it's a little chilly right now. I wouldn't call it cold, but some front came through. And because we're a little further north, you catch more of those over here than you do in Palm Beach County. The lake is very clear. There's lots of fish. I've fished in this lake. Little bass and small fish. Throw them back. But it's mostly owners in here. They had a lot of renters. I think that they still might have some, but most people own these units. And they started going fast when the market changed and real estate started going up. Like I said, the story goes, 2 years ago, when they started raising everybody's rent, my landlord, who owns 12 units in here, after me paying him for 5-6 years, well, I think it was 5 years, he just up and said, and I kind of knew it. He wasn't going to say it until like the month before the lease was up. I called him about 3 months before the lease was up and said, hey, you know, what's going to, he goes, oh yeah, $500, going to raise up $500. If you don't like it, you can leave. And if you can't get out, you can go on a month-to-month basis for so much more money, and until you find something, and then, you know, get out. I was like, wow. I was really put back by that because, you know, I thought, well, you know, if you raised it 100 or 200, that's like a lot. But we were paying $1,150. It started out at $1,050. Then it went to $1,075. Very modest increase when I moved in. And then we never called them and complained about anything and wanted anything fixed because, you know, we didn't want to have a price increase. And then when the pandemic happened, a lot of people didn't pay their rent because everybody got reprieve. You know, there was no evictions and stuff, and everybody was shut down and people couldn't work. And he said, you know, you don't have to pay your rent 1 month, and then the next month you just start paying again, plus half of what you didn't pay the month that I didn't charge you, and you can catch up within 2 months. And, you know, although that was a break, it wasn't anything I wanted to owe anybody, so I said, nah, we'll just pay. And so we kept on paying the whole time when millions of people around the country didn't pay rent. And they couldn't do anything. The courts were shut down. You couldn't get evicted. I paid my rent. And then he just bumped it $500. Sounds like I'm complaining and whining. I guess I am, because I loved it here. And if he would have just been, you know, fair, I mean, isn't a tenant that's been there that long valuable enough to, I mean, he owned 12 of them. They were investors. He had millions of dollars. But I know I'm going to hear it in the comments that he can do whatever he wants. He's a businessman. Well, all right. Okay. Well, he doesn't have me paying him. And now I have no regrets. Now I'm living in a beautiful 2024 camper over in Palm Beach County on the Intercoastal. That's fine. But I do miss it here and miss my neighbors here, Fred and Raffaela. It was nice. We had a nice pool. If I showed you the pool, you wouldn't believe it. It's huge. Most of these places all have pools, but they don't have one like this. This place has got a big one, really big. And so right straight across is where we're going. I'll zoom in for you. That's the building. You can see Fred and Raffaela's Christmas lights on the lanai there. And then right this way here is the mail center and the pool. So every day we would walk from our unit around the sidewalk right here over to the mail center and check the mail and Go to the pool in the summertime. And 5 years. 5 years. This is where I was. It's nice to be here. We're going to enjoy a nice Italian dinner tonight. Raffaela is making spaghetti bolognese. And we are going to go to Cracker Barrel in the morning for breakfast. Fred's favorite place to go. He also likes their chicken tenders, he was saying. But since she's already got the bolognese whipped up for us, we're sitting here enjoying conversation and reminiscing about the times. You know, Fred and Raffaela, they think I'm a genius on technology, so I helped them out with iPhones, and I got them on visible wireless. And every time I come over here, there's either something that, you know, they lost connection of something on the TV, and they always ask me to help them out. And there was a couple of things I was able to help them do when I got here, and they're so grateful. And her bedroom TV, she had no connection because she had signed out or something like that, and simple things. But, you know, again, they think I'm a genius because I can do these, you know, things like signing back in. And they appreciate me. So I'm really enjoying my time over here. But I'll tell you guys, take a look at that before we end the video. That is beautiful. Coming to you from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Crushing it.